All right, so let's get started with the Saturday morning strength yoga class warm up. That's what we're going to start with. And then doing the major standing postures, those ones that build a foundation, build strength. And then we are going to focus on doing a little bit more stretching for the end of the class so that you feel really whole and integrated. So it's always a good idea to do that stretching at the end. All right, I'm going to fix my camera. Okay. All right, let's get started. Okay, so coming to the top of your mat, we're going to start out going through the joints. So moving through your shoulders, rolling. And we want to make sure that we wake up the body. And then go in the other direction. Good. And then we're going to do one arm at a time. So you're going to swing, swing, swing. Wake up the body. Good. And then from there, we're going to drop the hands down to the thighs, drop the chest, and round up. Drop and round up. Couple more. One more. Good. And then rolling back through the shoulders again. And then we're going to interlace our fingers and push the hands out and then reach up. Reach. Do keep your feet separated a little bit. And then leaning to the right side and come up and lean to the left. And then up, leaning right, up, and leaning left. Good, one more time. So we're opening up that side body. Good. And then interlacing your fingers behind you and then lifting up, opening the chest. So you literally open the chest, drop forward. Lift the arms up off the back. And then release. Good. And then from there, we're going to move through the wrists. Go in one direction and then the other direction. This is a little more Ashtanga. And then through the elbows. And go in the other direction. Good. And then pressing down through the knees and lifting up, down and up. And I like to come up and then open the chest. Down and open the chest. One more. Good. And then moving through the ankle. So you can hold on to the wall if you need to, or you can just do it like this and go in the other direction. And then the other foot. Awesome. Good. And I do want to do a little bit of a rotation. So you're going to separate your feet a little bit. Right arm comes up and you're going to pull across, hook the elbow, and then open up. Bring it down, come up. Take the other elbow, hook to the knee, open up. And down. Good. And hook. Open. And down. And hook. Open. And down. Reach one more time. Down, open. And down and open. Awesome. Good. Now we've kind of moved in all directions. So we're going to move through some sun salutations. So coming to the top of your mat. Hands to the heart, connecting with your breath. So inhale, exhale, even count. It's called a 1-to-1 breath. Inhale 4 counts, exhale 4 counts. And then we are going to connect our movement with the breath. And you can also use the Ujjayi breath where you take the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And that opens the throat. And it helps keep you connected with breath. Release down. It's called victorious breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Bend the knees. Inhale up. Stay in Utkatasana. Exhale down. Keep the navel in. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward. Fold all the way down, adding an extension. Inhale, extending the spine. Stepping back, right leg lunge. Good, holding it there. Helping your body get used to the position. And then stepping back into down dog. Walk out your heels. Draw both heels down. Open up the armpits. Keep drawing the navel in. You want to get hollow in your belly. Then dropping down onto the knees. From here, we shift forward. So we'll start this with half plank, so lower. Lift up Bhujanasana. Take it back, down dog. Pick up your right leg. Step it forward, lunge. And again, we're holding. So the first time through, we're taking our time. Then we will be connecting it with breath. Then stepping your back leg in, go right into an extension. And then fold. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, extension. Step back, right leg lunge. And then back into down dog. Okay, so drop down to the knees and you can either shift into half plank or chin and chest go to the floor and you slide through. Lift up. Go back, down dog. Pick up your right leg, step forward, lunge. Then your back leg steps in, go into an extension. And then fold. Inhale up. Good, 2 more. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, extension. Step back, right leg lunge. Good, and then back down dog. Drop down onto your knees, chin and chest to the floor, shift forward into half plank. Come forward, up into Bhujanasana, and then back, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Pick up your right leg and step forward for a high lunge. And then your left leg steps forward, go into an extension, and then fold. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, extending the spine. Step back, right leg lunge. Then back into down dog. Good. Drop down onto your knees, chin and chest to the floor, slide through, come up, back. Adho Mukha Shavasana, down dog. Pick up your right leg, step forward, lunge, and then your left leg steps forward. Go into an extension and fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so we're moving on to a different sequence. Bending your knees. Inhale. Good, everybody's getting warmed up because we're all stripping our clothes off here. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, extension. We are going to move through a little slower. First time through. Step back into plank. And now you can modify here to your knees if you need to. And then lower. Lift up, cobra. And then take it back, down dog. Good. Now step your right leg forward for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, reach. And then release, again, step back into plank. And then lower. Come up cobra or up dog. Take it back, down dog. Pick up the left leg and step forward, warrior one, reach. Awesome. And then release, step back, plank, lower, lift, back, down dog. Okay, we're gonna hold it here for a few breaths, open up the armpits, draw the navel in. So you're in down dog, relax your head. Good. Then look up at your hands and walk your feet in. Go into an extension. Fold. Bend those knees, inhale up. Exhale, standing tall. Good, let's go through it again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extension. Step back, plank, lower. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lift up, Bhujanasana. Take it back, down dog. Let's get everybody together. On your next inhale, pick up your right leg, step forward. Warrior one, reach. Release and step back. Plank, modify to the knees if you need to. Lower, lift, back, down dog. Again, let's get everybody together here. Pick up the left leg, step forward, come up, warrior one. Release, step back, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, come up and go back into down dog. Look up at your hands and you can either walk or hop. Go into an extension and then fold. Bend those knees, inhale up. Exhale, standing tall. Okay, we're going through that 2 more times, you guys. I know it's a lot, but we will be thoroughly warmed up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extension. Step back into plank, lower. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lift up dog or cobra. Take it back, down dog. Let's wait for everybody. Relax your head in down dog. Relax your head. Pick up your right leg and step forward on your inhale and come up into warrior one. Then release, step back into plank, modify to the knees, lower, lift, Bhujanasana, or up dog, down dog again. Good. Pick up the left leg, step forward, come up. Virabhadrasana 1. And then release. Step back, lower, lift. Take it back, down dog. Let's get everybody together here. Look up at your hands and step or hop. Go into an extension and fold. Bend the knees, inhale up and exhale, standing tall. All right, one more. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extension. Step back into plank, lower. Then lift up Bhujanasana and take it back, down dog. Pick up your right leg, step forward, warrior one, reach. Then release, step back into plank, lower, lift, back down dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Left leg steps forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Then release, step back, lower, lift, back down dog. All right, we're gonna hold it there. Drop down onto your knees, open them up, and rest in child's pose. So first child's pose, but anytime you need to rest, you wanna take child's pose. Okay, so we are moving on. So take that child's pose, let it be a complete rest. All right, so we're coming into a crawling position. Knees go right underneath the hips. Hands go underneath the shoulders, but a little further out from the shoulders, because I want you to create some stability. Right leg is going to extend with the left arm, then bring it back in and switch to the other side. Reach. Bring it back in. Right leg on the left arm. Bring it in. Left leg, right arm. Bring it in. Right leg, left arm, and in. Left leg, right arm. Okay, good. Keep going. Right, left, in. Left, right, in. Right, left, in. Left, right. Bring it in. Okay, 4 more sets. 4. Keep going. Left, right. 3 more sets. Right, left. Make sure that you bring it up and you're hesitating there. And in. 2 more sets. Reach. And reach. Now on the last set, we're going to hold. You're going to reach with the right leg, left arm, go up a little higher. Hold it. Draw the navel in. Draw in the navel. Lift higher. Above the glutes. Then release. Other side. Left leg, right arm. Reach. Lift higher. Draw the navel in. And then release. Now, right leg is going to reach out, not with the arm, just your right leg reaching out. You're going to draw the knee in and reach out. Do that 3 more times. And on the last one, you're going to bring your other leg into a straight leg. So knee goes in. Now reach up, straighten the leg. Now you're in 3-legged dog. Same thing. The knee draws in and reach. In and reach. 2 more. In, reach. 1 more. In, reach. Now the leg comes in and you plant it. Warrior 1. Reach. Good. Then we release into an extension. Come back up. Reach into an extension. Arms are behind you. Come back up. Down and up. Down and up. We're going to hold it down, interlace the fingers, lift them up off the back, drop the head on the inside of the leg, or you can keep the torso on the thigh. Okay? Keep lifting those arms though. Lift, lift, lift. Relax your head. And then release. Step back into down dog. Shift forward plank. Lower. Lift up dog or cobra. And take it back, down dog. Do it again. Shift forward, plank. Lower. Lift. Press back into a crawling position. Good. Now the left leg reaches. And then you draw the knee in and reach. In and reach. In. Let's do 2 more. In. Okay, so on the last one, you curl your toes under on the right leg and push up into 3-legged dog. And then you continue, same thing. The left knee comes in, and then you reach. Draw it in, and then reach. Draw it in, and reach. 1 more. And on the next one, you plant it, warrior 1. Reach. Awesome. Then you flatten out that back. Extension, come back up. Extension, come back up. So extension, it's good because it helps us build core strength. 2 more. And then on this next one, you're going to interlace your fingers and drop to the inside of the leg, or you can hold the torso on the thigh. Reach the arms up though and relax the head. Draw your navel in. Keep lifting those arms. Relax your head, you guys. Relax, relax. Let it go. Good. You know, the head weighs a lot. So when you're holding it up constantly, it strains the neck. Good, and then we release. Step back into plank. Modify to the knees if you need to. Lower. Lift. Back down dog. Do it again. Shift forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower. Lift. And back down dog. Good. Picking up the right leg. Step forward for Trikonasana. Now, if you want to use a block, you can. But the first thing you do is you line up your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Using a block, it's going to go on the baby toe side of the foot. So whether your hand is on the ground or you're using the block, it's always on the baby toe side of the foot. That keeps the torso back, aligned up with the front leg. Trikonasana. And you want this arm that's in the air, instead of being down closer to the back, you want it up more towards the head. Now, straighten those legs, lift your kneecaps. So you want to activate your quadriceps. That lifts the kneecap. And we are going to go into Arta Chandrasana. So release the upper arm to the back. If you are using a block, you take it with you and reach out about the distance of your torso. Slide the back leg in. You can keep it on the ground. Slowly then lift. Activate the leg. Do not let it be limp. Activate the leg that's in the air. Your eyes are on the ground. You can go fingertips. And then if you feel really balanced, release your arm into the air. And you can turn your head to the side. Both legs activated, navel in. Then swing the arm around, and the back knee is going to actually drop in. So you're going to turn your hips down, drop the knee in. Good. Reach back with your right hand, grab that foot and lift it up. Straighten your right leg. Then release back down again. Good. And then this time that leg is going to come down, both feet together, and we're dropping down into a squat. So you might need to take a blanket or a block underneath your heels. You're in a squat. So you can have your feet together, or they can be a little bit separated. It's up to you. Come up. Bring your hands up, thumbs to your heart. Good. And then we move to the right side and twist. Push. So this is working the strength of your feet. So important. So Elena, just throw like a blanket or a block under your heels and then you won't fall. And then come out of it. And my heels are not on the ground, so my feet are not flat, but eventually you'll have flat feet as long as your chest can stay lifted. Go to the other side, pushing the back hand into the front hand. You want to bring your hands to your heart. Connect your thumbs back to the heart. It's a big rotation. Okay, and then coming out of that, we're going to push the hands onto the ground, drop your heels, and go into a forward fold. Interlace your fingers up off the back. Good, then releasing your hands, we're going to come back up. So we're coming up, come up. And then the hands come to your heart. Good, so we're doing another rotation, but from Utkatasana. So we sit, and you want to sit low. Sit really low, draw the navel in. Sit really low. Feet can be together, or you can separate them a little bit. And now you move to the right side. Push the top hand into the bottom so that you bring your hands to your heart. Good. And then you're going to open up your hands. Open them up. So you open them up. Now, if you have a block, you use a block, put your hands on the block, open. Or you can have your hand on the floor. Now, start to straighten your right leg and then shift your left leg back. Oh, and then you lower. Yeah, it's hard, you guys. Do your best. Now I am dropping my heel, but you can keep the heel lifted. You got it, Elena. Awesome. Now your modification of this is to keep the left hand on the big toe side of the foot once you go back into that lunge. Then swing the arm around and step back. We're adding Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower, lift, go back, down dog. Now the left leg comes up and steps forward for Trikonasana. Good, so Trikonasana on the other side, and you do the same thing. You line up your front heel with the arch of the back foot. If you're using a block, it goes on that baby toe side of the foot. Open up, straighten your legs, activate your quadriceps by lifting your kneecaps. And this upper arm, it's positioned more towards the head, not to the back. Even out your breath. Remember the 1-to-1 breath. Ujjayi breath, tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. And we are dropping the upper arm to the low back for Arta Chandrasana. Turn your head towards the big toe. Move your block out. Slide your back leg in. Okay, if you're not using a block, just bring your fingertips to the ground. I've got my back toe on the ground still, but gradually start to lift up, activating the leg in the air. Both legs are strong and active, and if you feel strong, release your arm. You still feel stable and strong, turn your head, look to the side, and stay in that. Then that upper arm swings around and you drop the right hip and the knee comes in and reach back with the left foot and then straighten that left leg again. You can use a strap for this. Good, and then we release. Come all the way down and we're going back into that Hindi squat. So your feet are together or slightly separated. I'll just turn so you guys can see. Or you can use a block, place it right behind your heels. So Elena, I would take a block or a blanket, put it right underneath your heels. Hands to the heart. Stay there. We're strengthening our feet. Isn't it great? And then we go to the right side, pushing that back hand so that the hands come back to the heart. And then release, coming out of that, going to the other side. Again, you push the back hand into the front hand. As you start to get wobbly, just take a blanket under your heels. This strengthens the feet. It's fantastic. Then the hands go to the ground and we push the heels down. So if you're using a block, push that out. Interlace your fingers up off the back. And then bending those knees and we come back into Uttanasana. Sit. Hands to the heart. Good. Sit. And now you go to the left side. Push. Top hand into the bottom one. Okay. And then if you can, open up your hands. Fingertips are facing towards the front. And you can use a block here. So Elena, just do this in a squat. Just sit. You're at the top of your mat. Okay. And then all you're going to do, Elena, is just step back with your right leg. That's it. Okay. If you're in the pose like this, then you start to straighten the left leg and then reach back with the right leg. And now you go into that deep rotation. You can make it even deeper by dropping the back heel. Good, you got it. Swing the arm around and step back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, lower. Lift. Good, and take it back into child's pose. Rest. Open up the knees, big toes together. Relax. All right, coming back into down dog. Good, pick up your right leg. Step forward for warrior two. This is our last sequence and we're not hanging out here for too long. So warrior two. And then dropping into Parsvakonasana. Modified would be your elbow on the thigh, or you can use a block to the big toe side of the foot, or the hand can go on the ground. Do what's right for you. This front knee is reaching forward. This back heel is reaching back. You are drawing the navel in and the tailbone moves into neutral. Neutral means in between the pelvis posteriorly tilting and anteriorly tilting. In other words, not an extreme tuck or not with the tailbone lifting up and you're dropping your belly forward. You want to be in between that. Then swinging that left arm around, and you're either going to keep the back heel on the ground and then open up and we go back into rotation, or lift your back heel. That's a little bit easier. Okay, so it's up to you. If you can do that really strong, deep rotation, do it. Swing the arm around and step back, plank, lower, lift, back down dog. Hold it there. Rotating. And then we pick up the left leg and step forward, warrior two. Open up. Nice and deep. Parshvottanasana. Draw the navel in. Keep that tailbone in neutral. In between a tuck or the tailbone lifting up, dropping the belly. And then dropping the hand to the ground or using a block. Make it a little deeper. Then your right arm swings around and goes next to the big toe side of the foot. Back heel can either stay on the ground or you can lift it, and then we open up with the other arm into the air. So do what's right for you, do what feels right. This is your practice. I am just your guide. Swing the arm around and step back. Plank. Lower. Lift. Back. Down dog. Good, then right leg is going to come forward for pigeon, just to start opening up the hip, the rotators. If you want, you can use a blanket and it's going to go underneath your right glutes, and then take your extended leg and reach it back a little further. See if you can pull your heel on that right foot up a little higher. Try to get it level with the knee. It's going to really deepen the pose by doing that. You might be able to do it a little bit easier by rolling up a little higher on a block or a blanket. Good. So feel those rotators opening up. Dropping down. Good, then you're going to pull out your blanket if you're using one and shift your weight to the right side. Back leg swings around. We are going to do a rotation. So you take the foot to the other side of the thigh or it goes in front of the shin. Both sit bones on the ground. So if you're not able to do that, get up on a blanket and then lift up tall and rotate to the left. Good, then we're going to take the left hand, 2 fingers, come between the big toe and the second toe. You wrap the fingers around the big toe and connect them to the thumb. And then you're going to release that left leg. So if I'm here, I'll show you. I'm going to release it. I'm sitting up tall and now open up to the side. Okay, now if you're starting to hunch forward, it just means you need to get up a little higher. No big deal. because you want to keep that spine tall. Okay. Spine is tall. Then drop that leg, open up. Oh, that's so nice. Good, then we release, the hands are gonna come in front. Take that extended leg back behind you into pigeon, but then step back into down dog. And now the left leg comes forward for pigeon. And again, you can take a blanket or a block underneath your left glutes, extend your extended leg further back, and then try to bring the foot up a little higher, closer to the knee. Much deeper stretch. And if you're pulling the foot up, you might have to roll that blanket up a little bit more, get your glutes a little bit higher so that you can do it. Just get your pelvis higher. And that oftentimes allows us to do the movement. You don't have to go so deep into a pose. You can get yourself into alignment by giving yourself a little more space, not having to go as deep in the pose. And then dropping down. Breathe into it. So if you're feeling really tight in your rotators, in your glutes, in your hip, just you can help that by softening using the breath. Just let your breath soften. Good, and then if you are using a blanket, you want to pull it out from the left glutes. Then swing your back leg around. It goes on either in front of the shin or to the outside. Now, if you cannot get both sit bones down, then you need to sit back up on your blanket. Sit up really tall and then rotate to the right. Keep your navel in. Keep looking behind you. So you're rotating to the right. That right leg is over, foot is on the thigh side of the left leg or in front of the shin. And then you rotate. And you can deepen it by dropping the left arm further down that thigh. So if you stay on the forearm side of the elbow, that'll be a little easier. But if you drop to the upper arm side of the elbow, that will deepen your rotation. Good, and then from there, right hand with 2 fingers comes between the big toe and the second toe, and you lift and reach out to the side. And again, I'll rotate. And again, if you can't keep your spine tall, you need to get up on a blanket. Straighten that right leg as much as you can. You'll get there eventually. I really never, ever want you to focus on doing the most advanced version or even the, like say there's a pose where your leg is supposed to be straight. If you're not there yet, you're so much better off being gradual to getting there rather than pushing and over efforting. That's not what yoga is about. We want to have a combination of effort and comfort, right? There's activation, but you also have comfort in that activation. All right, and then release. And people who do yoga, they're strong. Then open up that side body. Yoga makes you strong. It also opens up the energetic channels so that you feel good. It integrates. This is why it's such an incredible practice, because even though we're really using it in the West, I would say most people that do yoga in the West, it's getting better, definitely, but they're just using it as exercise, especially when you're taking it in a gym. So it's just an exercise, but really that's not what it is. It's doing so much more. It's helping you become more connected to yourself. And by doing that, you are going to bring happiness into your life. All right, and then we lift up. From there, we are bringing our legs in front of us. Good, and then releasing forward into a forward fold. Okay, good. Now you're going to lift your right arm up and it's going to go back behind you. Pick up the right leg, bend it, and then push up and open. And then release. Straighten the leg, forward fold again. Then the left arm comes up, goes back behind you, and then you're going to bend the left knee, take it to the ground, come up, reach, open, and then come back down, forward fold. Good, then both arms come up. They go back behind you, fingertips facing you, push your feet up, tabletop. Butts up, you guys, butts up. This builds core strength. You're looking down the midline of your body. Keep your knees tracked in line with the front of the hip bone. Lower, and we go back into a forward fold again. Okay, so the next variation, you don't have to do it. You can go back into the tabletop. Okay, and then the arms come up, reach back behind you again. You're either going to keep your legs straight or you go back into tabletop and push up. Look down the midline of the body. Awesome sauce. And then down, forward fold again. Good, and now we're going to take our hands behind us. Fingertips are going to go underneath your glutes. Put them under your glutes. Good, now I'm going to slide down my mat a little bit and then put my fingertips under. And then take your elbows to the ground. We're going into fish pose. I like this pose because it opens the chest. Then you push the chest up. Now, I'm going to recommend, if you have any issues with the neck, that you just stay here. If you can do full fish, then you're going to drop the top of the head to the ground. So you actually have to slide the hands down the glutes till the top of the head comes to the ground. Good, and it opens the chest. So good. It takes your shoulders back behind you. It's retracting the shoulder blades and pushing the chest up. We need this so much. And then slowly lifting up out of it. Go back into a forward fold. Good, and then we go onto our back. Draw the knees in. Open up your arms to the side. Drop the legs to the right side, look to the left, and we're going to hold it there. And then the legs come up, drop them to the left, and look to the right. Hold. Good, and then slowly coming out of that, we're pushing up into bridge. So lift, make sure the knees do not splay to the outside. Look at where your front of your hip bone is, not the outside of the hip, the front. That is where your knee should be tracked, right in line with it. And then push up. Good, and then we lower, draw the knees into the chest, and then open them up into a circle. So you're moving in one direction in a circle. Oh. And then go in the other direction. Good, and then we set ourselves up for Shavasana. So if you have a bolster, I would recommend that you use it underneath your knees, or you can use a blanket, but I want you to be warm. So make sure that you are covered up, and then definitely covering your eyes. We want to pacify the eyes. All right, the eyes are the most overstimulated sense we have. And I do not play music on purpose. I've never played music. And it is because we are all overstimulated. So we want to hold ourselves in stillness in Shavasana, which means corpse pose. And your arms rest at your side, palms up. So below the heart, you guys. Below the heart. Cover your eyes. And then holding yourself in stillness. Completely quiet. No stimulation. And letting the body rest in that stillness. Rest in that empty space. Giving to the body. Letting it unwind, integrate the practice. The breath then slows down. You can add a slight pause, a little hesitation at the end of your exhale in that space between the breath. And that helps to settle the mind, bring the mind into stillness. And rest. Begin to deepen your breath. And bring some movement into the fingers, then into the toes. Very slowly roll to your right side. And take a moment there and actually just hesitate there on the right. Pause. Take a couple breaths. And then slowly bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands together and placing your thumbs at your heart. Good. Ooh. Close your eyes. And again, drop into that stillness. Being very quiet, draw your attention inward. Feeling the whole body scanning through from the top of the head all the way down. Relax along the way. Hold your body with ease, with reverence, with stillness. Let your body be at rest. And may you have a beautiful day. Namaste.